Yo, what's good, everyone? Welcome back, and hello, Blinks, if you're new to my channel. Um, Thank you guys so much for being here. We are here because Blackpink is finally back. All right, they came back last year with Jump, a pre-release, but we finally have the mini album. And I will admit I'm a bit disappointed that after 3 years we're only getting a mini album. But we're gonna put that aside for now. We're gonna talk about Go. If you want to see the reaction to Go, that is on the main page, Jeff Reacts 12. Feel free to check it out. This one will be where I talk about the lyrics and stuff I see in the video that I want to point out a little bit closer. So, yeah, let's get to it. All right, so we're starting. We open up with a cool shot of these oars, like doing the credit for like the director here. I thought that was a nice touch. But we're starting in like this, I don't know, this larger than life, like almost like a cyclone or cylinder of like choppy seas and then like fiery skies. And it's like setting us up for an epic journey, right? Like the oars are rowing, so you can already tell, even what are we, 2 seconds in? Yeah, exactly 2 seconds in, you can already tell that we are going on a ride, we're going on a journey, we're going someplace, and it's going to be epic. Oh god, I love Rosé's voice. Lisa has such a pretty voice too. There you see all the rowing. What up, Jenny? Jisoo, all of them looking, sounding fantastic. Hold on a second. I wanted to see what this was. Okay, so we have like a different perspective of this, like this ocean or these waves. But I was looking at this here, and it's like almost like the four horsemen of the apocalypse kind of thing going on here, but like four angels presiding over, like I said, like these almost fiery skies and the choppy ocean. But you also saw that shot, well, this one too, where they're all like holding onto the oars. But I was actually looking for this, where you see like all the faceless people rowing. And not only is it through like the waves, but it's also through space, which both are giving like this into the unknown kind of vastness, this wild journey that we're going on. You even see this person right here. Well, actually, all of them are. I only noticed this one at first, but they're all kind of like looking over the side, like towards this. It's not a black hole. It's actually more like a cave. I think Lisa was in that shot. But yeah, that was. I just thought that some of that was really interesting. Um, since I'm paused here, though, I'll go ahead and talk about the lyrics. So, intro was literally just asking if we're ready. And no, spoiler alert, I was not ready when I did the reaction for this. I was not prepared for what's coming up. You'll see if this is your first time watching, you'll see. But I was not ready. All right. So verse 1, I'm on a mission. I'm in control. So it's almost like they're the captain. I mentioned like those four faces. It's obviously them, but it's like they're like watching from on high. But it's like they're the leaders or the captains of this journey. But this is an appropriate shot to be on, even though it's not where I meant to end up when I was clicking around there, because not, yes, they're leading the journey, they're leading the charge, but they're also participating. They're rowing as well. They're controlling the oars. So this isn't just like we're telling you, we're showing you. So I want your body, I want your soul, here to the rescue. I'm number one, your guardian angel, which kind of speaks to that shot I showed, or that I was talking about with them, the four of them up on top. Your kingdom come. So, the thing that you've been waiting for, your deliverance, essentially. Like, we're back, right? So, and that's a beautiful way of just saying like we're back. Pre-chorus, march to the beat of march to the beat of my drum, because when I call you, you're gonna come. Uh, so that goes back to them being the leader of this journey, of this mission. But also, I envision, and forgive the imagery, but the slave ships in the transatlantic slave trade. And the reason I say that is because, and I'm not saying we're slaves, although we're kind of slaves to their rhythm, if you want to think about it that way. But in the old days, back before, modern technology, the ships were propelled by people rowing the oars. And they would keep the rowers in time by, they had I don't remember what his actual title was, but it was a guy who literally just banged a rhythm on the drum to have them rowing in time to the same rhythm, the same beat. Because we have all those nameless rowers there, or those faceless rowers, that's the kind of image I get in my head. Like we are rowing and journeying to their direction. Um, Hold in position, it's gonna blow. You only move when I say so. So those two lines give me this image of like a military tactic. How like maybe we're pushing forward, we're taking over something, we're attacking a point, but they're directing us to hold still until they say like, okay, let's move forward. Then we get this sick drop. I was not prepared for the EDM direction here. We're getting a lot of sensory overload in the video here. Another thing that we're seeing here is like they're in the middle of this. I don't know if this is like a centrifuge or whatever this is, but they're all like, being spun around rapidly, and the camera is focused on them as everything else blurs. It's a really nice cinematic shot for each of them. Like this right here, you notice like each girl has a very specific, sharply outlined features, but like everything else is faded out around her and blurred. Each member gets a shot like that. You see the water splashing with the oars here. There's an oar moving through the water. Jenny has a different, whatever this machine is that they're in, she's got a different angle on it, but just the blurring here, it's almost like the time dilation distortion that you would get as you approach a black hole too. Yeah, just really cool shots here. I keep trying to click on this one, but it's not there. I was like, it's not cooperating with me, but you see us all rowing together again. So really solid use of the imagery here, even though some of it may not really make a lot of sense because there's a lot of AI in here, which I will say I'm not a fan of that. But here's a look of that like actual device that they were spinning in. Yeah, again, not really sure what this is actually called. But anyway, I'm not really sure where we are in the lyrics here since they disappeared. So I guess we'll just pick up from right here. But the actual instrumentation, like I said, I was not ready for it. That drop, that techno stuff going on, like that was sick. And it's so far outside of what they normally do. Like Jump had some of that, and so that song and this song combined have some similarities. Not They don't sound the same by any means, so like I said in the reaction, don't come for me. But they do have similarities. But both of them are so far away from what they have typically done and the YG formula that I'm really pleased. But I will say what I said in that video, which is the mini album that we got, the other tracks on it, I hope don't sound like this. Not because I don't like this, because I really enjoy this one. but because I personally am not a huge fan of EDM and techno stuff, so I only want to hear it in doses. I don't want to hear it for the whole album. Like I love that they're branching out, trying new stuff, but I don't want to hear 5 songs of it. So um, for my personal taste, I'm keeping my fingers crossed that the other songs don't sound like this, but I am happy that this one sounds like this. All right, let's continue. I'm not sure what those masks are for.
Get up on the floor, tell me when to go. No slow jams, pumping through the speakers when I do my go-go dance. Oh, nah, I go and
Lisa and Jenny rapper return.
Let's go off like what could go wrong. I'm going all in. You should know that's my go-to. My whole crew with me. If I go, then they go too.
Okay, Jisoo's looking incredible in this shot right here in this outfit. Since the pre-chorus and the chorus are going to be the same, I'll just read verse 2 here. So Lisa came in with "Go get it, I'ma go get it. Never settle for second. I need a gold medal." Obviously, you win gold medals if you come in first. Shout out to the Olympics that just ended. But the "go get it" is like her telling us to go get it, and then she's saying "I'ma go get it." So like I'm gonna go get it. So you should also do it. And that kind of goes back to the whole like them showing the way, them leading the charge. Get up on the floor, tell me when to go, no slow jams. So it's just going to be all gas, no brakes, high energy, bumping through the speakers when I do my go-go dance. Then Jenny's part comes in. "Oh no, I go when I want to go. I'm so gone." So she marches to the beat of her own drum. And that's the first line in the pre-chorus. Go reckless, go off like what could go wrong. Like kind of a devil may care attitude at this point. I'm going all in. You should know that's my go-to. My whole crew with me. If I go, then they go too. Which is a really solid play on words there, because my go-to is like my fallback. Like that's my default, and how it's written GO-TO. But then "go to" at the end of that verse is "then they go too," as in like they go also. So it's the same words, obviously, but it's clever wordplay as far as how it's written out. The whole crew with me, if I go, then they go too, I think is a dual meaning. I think it means us for sure. And like I said, how they're like leading us on this journey off into this potentially new world, this epicness that we've been exploring, but also the girls themselves. Blackpink has already said in a couple of different interviews that like we're still Blackpink, and if one of us decides that we don't want to be Blackpink anymore, then Blackpink is no more, because there's only 4 of us, and each person matters. And so if they're still together, then they're all going the same direction. Let's see. All right, so we're back into the pre-chorus and chorus. I love that look on her. And there's my girl, though, Rosé. This part right here, image-wise, like this should be Asphalt, but it's like the harder she clings to it, the more it slips through her fingers. I think everything means something in these videos, and I don't catch everything. And sometimes when I do catch stuff, I attribute maybe the wrong meaning or too deep a meaning into it. This may be one of those times, but how I'm taking this is, you see how like the road isn't straight? It's not even curved. It's literally like still moving. The path is ever changing and undulating and such. And then it rises up to meet her, and she tries to cling on. I think these are images of showing like that they're going to keep going on this path no matter what form it takes, where it might lead, what hardships they might face. And this shot again of her clinging on and it like turning to sand and slipping through the fingers is kind of like in my opinion, I think it's sort of symbolizing like if you hold on too tight, you can't hold on to anything at all, meaning if she tries to define the path or the journey and to look for something concrete, as opposed to just going with the ride and charting your own path regardless of what comes, then that path may not be as steady and solid as you thought it was. Again, I could be reading too deep into this, but I think that's what this means. Curious what your thoughts are. Then they've got like the wax or the skin peeling off. We see the mask that keeps falling off. Also, you saw, I don't know if I can find it here, but right, no. Oh, okay, so Go is actually showing up in multiple languages, because I didn't recognize this one, but I recognize this, vamos. So like, let's go in Spanish. But one thing I did want to point out as I saw that other script, right? Ga, so Korean. I don't know what these other scripts are, but this shot right, oh, I missed it. This one. Notice, I'm assuming this is the word go in all these different languages, since we know the Korean and the English and the Spanish words. But you notice it's on a watch, meaning like it's go time. Solid. See, there they are, like spinning through the storm. Jenny's voice sounds so good in this bridge. Y'all know I love Rosé's voice. So this shot where they're all taking the oar again, but also Lisa, if I recall correctly, she's the only one that keeps having scenes where the mask is falling off. And I know that's symbolic of something, like maybe she's like expressing her true self, or maybe they all are, or yeah, I'm not really quite sure. But I know it has importance, otherwise they wouldn't keep showing the mask coming off. We did see Jisoo, I think it was, who had like skin or wax peeling off. So again, same type of image. But like I said, they all are taking hold of the oar, getting ready to go again. So this bridge, again, Jenny and Rosé killed this bridge. It's probably my favorite part of the song. Because I personally, again, as I already said, I'm not a huge fan of the techno EDM stuff, even though I love it, what they've done here, but I love their voices specifically more. And so getting this melodic part is really like the ear candy of this song for me. But when your heart is broken, baby, darkness on the edge of town, then there's the echo BLACKPINK will make you. Try to keep it open, baby. Try to let your walls come down. So, like, don't be afraid to experience love and joy and, positive emotions, even if you're dealing with tough times and heartbreak. I know you're frozen, baby. Love can make you turn to stone. So usually, if we're talking about being frozen and turning to stone and such, it's usually because love has left you cold. Someone's hurt you. And obviously, if we're already talking about heartbreak, then that's probably the case here. You could stop and be alone, right? Like, you could stop looking for love. You could stop leaving your heart open to possibilities. Or you could, and they even, this is where they all come in, and it's in bold print here on this particular lyric page, which I find is a nice touch. It says, or you could, and then the chorus is about to kick in with go again. So like, you could stop and be alone, or you could take the hell off and just keep going and come on this wild journey. Or you could. The before we hit this chorus, the instrumental again, I love these camera shots because how they play with the musicality of the song. So you're going to hear that, and with each one, you're getting a cut. So let's see if we can find it. All right, well, that was part of it, but.
Or you could.
So we got the with the eyes open. Eye, one eye closed, the other eye opens. That snappy movement on the or, and then right as the go, Lisa like smashes her face into the glass and shatters it. I love that too right there. This was like the one thing in the reaction video that I didn't talk about that I wanted to, is like this, how we transition. We sink in through the eye, and now the eye is like a speaker. If you watch the I don't know if it's called the diaphragm of the speaker or like what the anatomy of a speaker is, but if you watch the speaker when you're playing something loud, and it'll like vibrate and bounce with the sound waves, the iris here is doing the same thing. It's acting like that speaker. Sorry, it was the pupil that was doing that, not the iris. Then we got just random like celestial bodies are just like kissing out here. I also didn't notice, but we got the word go here on this guy's brain. Maybe it's just a go for it, go for love. And because it ends with a kiss there though, and we do talk in that bridge about, being heartbroken and, or you can go. I think the, wild, incredible journey that they're encouraging us to go on might be to explore love, whether it's, fandom type of love or whether it's like us finding love. That could, again, be me just reading a bit too much into it, but I feel like between that bridge and this ending shot, there's got to be a hint of that as part of the journey here. Then we fade out to the logo. Very nice. All right, my friends. So that was Go from BLACKPINK. And yeah, it wanted to make me go run through a wall because there was a lot of hype energy in that. I'm noticing a lot of songs recently. And you know they're not copying each other because these songs have been planned well in advance. But I'm noticing a lot of songs that are amping up the energy. Like when New Jeans got popular, we got a rise in the wave of like easy listening. And now we're getting this rise in like techno beats and high energy stuff. Like we had BLACKPINK with Go, we had BLACKPINK with Jump, we had IVE with Bang Bang, we had ATEEZ with NASA and Adrenaline. The list goes on. And so I'm wondering what other groups are gonna fall into this head banging type of high energy trend that's starting to develop, and what the next trend will be when we eventually go to the next one. But let me know what you guys thought of this video, and if you enjoyed my video, please like, share, subscribe, hit the bell to enable your notifications. And if you want to get a request done here or on the main reaction channel, there are two main ways to do it. You can either subscribe to Patreon. Shout out to all the gray tier and higher subscribers who have done that. Thank you guys for all your support. If you're at the gray tier or higher on Patreon, you get guaranteed requests every month, as well as access to all the content that's over there. Most of that content will never make it over here because it would either get blocked or it's just there to, have fun outside of YouTube. The second way, though, is if you're not interested in Patreon, there is a link to PayPal in the description below and instructions on how to use it. So feel free to take a look at those things, and I will see you for the next one. Take care, everybody.